Okay, welcome to my list of updates. I've added so many features here that I don't even know where to begin, but I do feel like the Ray I took a picture guy, just sharing information about what he saw through a telescope. I'm just sharing what I've added to my product here. And beginning with the graph view, if we look at, so again, I'm using the Tesla company as a sample, and that Tesla company just shows up right here. There's filtering that you can use for like laptops. So if I just look at this, there's a Dell, and I ran a analysis on this particular Dell. It's a Dell computer, Latitude 5400. I can create tickets through here. I can also normalize it and approve it. So how did I do all this stuff? So the additional things that I've done here is on a on a cost dashboard, you can now see what's actually depreciated and what's remaining on my book value. So if I actually sort it by deductible versus operating expenses and not applicable, I'm going to get a different result here. So I'm just going to say, what is my operating expenses? And in this case, I don't actually have any services, but deductible is my two Tesla models, one deluxe and one just row three. And the reason the um, cost is so high is because Elon Musk makes $1 million a month. So yeah, it's pretty high. 1,228,100 a month. But so if we take out Elon Musk and just give him a Ziller's salary, it will be much less. But anyway, I've also added a vendor table that allows me to actually add a warranty information here. So if I have anything like related to iMac warranty or car warranty and stuff, I can just go over here and look at that particular replacement. And there's also analysis that will give me, hey, this is what you should do with this thing. If it died due to overheating, that's just the title, but here it will say just maintaining the current warranty through April 2028 while beginning a replacement planning process 6 to 9 months before expiration. So it's just basically saying, hey, you probably, if you have a warranty, you should probably look into it a couple months ahead. We can also edit that here and just say, okay, we've closed this. So I can just say this has been resolved. I got it and say changes. And now in the report over here, it will just show me it's been resolved and it will show me the close date, which was today. And it's actually supposed to show the time, not just the date. But I'll get to that later. So additional thing I wanted to show is, what if I wanted to buy some food for my company and just order some food? So here I've added a Google search to find anything within 5 miles or whatever distance from this zip code, and to give me a list of all the vendors that are available to do any sort of food vending. So while it's running, it will just show me that there's, I think it's 92 results over here. So I'll load here in a minute. So it tells me, and it's sorted by distance. So the closest thing to 78701 is upstairs at Caroline, etc., etc. So here, if I actually ordered from them before, it will just put it in a database. If I have never ordered from them, I can just add them to the list. So here, add, and then we'll just add it here. I don't have any like. There's a website and a phone number that I can call. But if I cancel this, it will actually show up in the list of vendors now. So now I have Domino's Pizza added and it's active. And that only happened because from the vendor list, I just click the results, give me, I'm sorry, from the food vendors. I just say add Domino's Pizza and it added it. So now I'm able to order from them or I can just add it manually through here. Okay. And there's a link here to register a vendor, so we can give them this link if they wanted to register to give us food, like have a contract and maybe have a coupon associated with the order. So that's all available here. If I have any food orders, it will just list them right here and it will say, okay, it's been delivered. I can take a look at this. and whatever else I wanted to add to this, it will just be stored right here. So the second thing I added is a normalization engine. So if I wanted to normalize my data, I have 5 CIs that are not normalized. So I have a company, which is a Tesla, and I have this operating system. So it's an operating system. We're just going to add that right here. And it is indeed Mac OS. So we're just going to do that. And it's version 2.6. That's what was discovered. And there's a patch. I'm just going to use this right here. It's actually the model should be Darwin. So we're going to add that. Darwin. Version this, and this guy here is really not relevant. So we're gonna save it now, and that Mac OS is now normalized. Okay, so okay, okay, this requires, so we're gonna do software operating system. It's an item, Mac OS. We're gonna say Darwin. Actually, again, Darwin, and it was version 2631, and a manufacturer, which I didn't add. So here now, it will take it from the list of what was not normalized. There have been 2 modified CIs, and I have some mismatches, so I can actually fix these. So I can say, oh, this is hardware indeed. It's a workstation, it's a computer, and it's a Mac 16. So actually, this right here, I wonder if I can change that. Mac, and the version is this. Save that. Now it's modified, and I can actually go back to pending approval here, and I can say, yeah, I can accept this. So here, this guy and this guy has been normalized, and what we're gonna do is approve selected. And what it will do is, if you actually go back to the graph view here and look for OS types, we'll see that this Mac OS has been normalized. So if we go to the list down here, it now shows it's been normalized and approved. Anything else over here, if it's not, so it will be normalized but not approved, meaning that I need to actually go take some action on it. And same thing for this Windows 11 Pro. So going back to the product list, here's all the product list, and I can edit that through here or analyze it through here as well. So I can say, give me analysis on this, and then we'll just do that once I click this button. And it's just giving me a recommendation to upgrade it to this, and I can create a ticket from here. I can just assign it to either me or Elon Musk or somebody, Ken Paxton. So we're gonna save that as a request, and now that request is gonna sit here until we actually do something about it. So manufacturers, this is all the manufacturers. So I'm actually creating a list of manufacturers because they're important to know. If you want to have a product catalog, you must have manufacturers. So this is a list of currently entered manufacturers that you can find associated with some of the products here. So all of these manufacturers, you can actually filter it out by say, okay, give me only the Apple products. And now we have this. And report over here, it just tells me, okay, we have 2 incidents, 2 in progress. There's 2 product requests, and this is just a summary of whatever you see on the product normalization. Now the product report over here, we're gonna do just run on everything, and this one gives me like actually no results. So we have one that's AI driven Elon Musk vehicle that gives me analysis here on that product. And if I wanted to export it or just to create a bulk incident, I can do that through here, but there's really no need for that right now. Um, the design spec has been updated. There's a notification list, so there's notifications. If I want to actually see what's happening in my system, I can take a look here. And I think that's pretty much it. Oh yeah, there's one more thing that I did add, and that was deduplication. So instead of just creating new CIs and relationships, which was creating duplicates in the past, now it actually checks to see if the CI exists, and it will run an update. So when I look for list of CIs and I run deduplicate, there'll be nothing found because it found match and it just updated it with the last information from that particular system. So how would this run? So let me explain here. Since I have a API that can update these on the fly, what I would do is I would create a cron job, and the cron job would just run this Elon Musk shell script using the keys that are associated with that particular account, which in this case would be username and password. So when I run this Elon Musk, it just scans everything that I already have and then goes and updates my current CMV. So if I wanted to then just reload this again and run a deduplication, it will not find any duplicates because the CIs got updated. And it actually shows me that it did update these things. So we have Macintosh, we have some Wi-Fi stuff, and also wanted to show that, if you have something that's not really necessary, you can actually delete it. So for example, my Wi-Fi entry point, not really necessary, so we can remove it. But what you would see here is that we could show everything that has been detected by the automation. If it was not desired, that we can take it out of here. So like Ethernet, these Ethernet components, don't really need those. I don't think I really need the simulator over here because it just keeps asking me to add it to the product catalog. So what I'm gonna do is the scan. Well, the SanDisk unlocker is kind of important just to let me know that it's there. So I'm gonna remove these guys. And now when I get my graph view, it actually shows a lot less. So it's basically helping me to run my business efficiently so I can see what's in there. So here I can say, show me everything has been normalized and approved. So we have these. And when I go back to the normalized list over here, it will just show, okay, we can run the scan again. And we have two CIs that there's a mismatch here. So again, the mismatch over here is based on hardware because it was detected once more. So we're gonna say this storage. This is a Macintosh hard drive. We're gonna say version. Actually, there is no version for hard drive, so we're gonna remove that and apply Apple as the associated component. So now we have the mismatch is down to one, pending approval. We're just gonna say, yeah, I'm gonna approve this, sure. And we have 9 normalized CIs now. So there's manufacturers, catalog records, everything that's been normalized is listed here. If it's not approved, it'll be listed here as well. We can run it from there and then back in a graph view again, the particular option will just show to see whether that object has been normalized or not. So here's Elon, he's been normalized as a person. He has a Dell computer and actually it's used by me. So this Dell computer was run by me from that computer. So we picked up all the serial numbers and Elon Musk is running this Elon Musk company, Tesla Inc. And he's got some car services. He's got Ken Paxton on the board to running stuff, and he's driving a Tesla Model 3 Deluxe, whatever that is. So here we have a simulated serial number. We have Tom got updated, and again, here are the actual updates that are associated with this hard drive. It will show when it was added. So, for example, I think this one right here was added just today. So here where you see that, there we go. So this was just added, and now it's been normalized. So we can actually, it's part of the automated discovery. So we'll capture that item that it has gone through that, and we can see here that this can be analyzed and associated with the product if we wanted to. So we're gonna say that this is Macintosh Apple Mac hard drive right here. Placed in service. It was, I'm gonna say last year sometime. Right? Okay. Can we keep that? Just gonna say, yeah, there we go. Okay. And save that change. I can also reassign this to another person in my company if I wanted to. I can just pick someone else like me or Ken. And, you know, that's about it. So again, the graph view I think is my best feature over here. And also, like I said, the ordering of food I think is like fantastic. So I wanted to just keep track of what I've done in the past. I'll have a vendor interaction. So there's a food order report over here, and there's also sorry, not that one. Right here, food orders. Yeah. So it'll just show right here. That's it. Thank you for watching, and let me know if I should add any additional features. I think this product is kind of ready to go. I've uploaded everything to GitHub, so it's actually on GitHub at this point under crypto CMDB. So you have everything is here under Black Hole Surfer crypto CMDB. It is locked down, but I can share this, including the SQL queries, which I have captured all of that, and it's available here. That's it.